A select group of high-flying individuals with deep and vast interests ranging from oil and gas, among other conglomerates, comprise an exclusive club of billionaires making a kill in the lucrative government-to-government oil deal introduced by the President William Ruto's led Kenya Kwanza administration.
The purpose of government in that agreement, in that MOU, is not so that we sell oil products. The only purpose of government is twofold. Number one, to guarantee international oil companies that they can extend product to Kenya for 6 months, and that after 6 months, we're going to pay. And we have kept our part of the bargain. We have made sure that they are paid their money by the oil marketing companies in Kenya.
Investigations by the Informa Media Group have established that the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority EPRA, under the leadership of Director General Daniel Kiptoo, has contracted an additional 2 oil and gas companies to the list of selected 3. Initially, 3 Arab firms won the tender to supply Kenya with petrol, diesel and kerosene for 9 months, beginning April 2023, notably Abu Dhabi National Oil Company ADNOC, Saudi Aramco and the Emirates National Oil Company ENOC. In return, EPRA handpicked Gulf Energy Limited, Oryx Energies Kenya Limited and Galana Oil Kenya Limited to in turn supply the fuel to other local oil marketers. However, early last month, reports indicate that Saudi Aramco had dropped Oryx Energies Limited as its local importer of diesel in the government-backed fuel importation deal, thus making the Kenyan Oil Marketing Company OMC the first to be kicked out of the deal. The Saudi Arabian oil major reportedly communicated its decision to replace Oryx Energy with Asharami and One Petroleum on December 20th, 2023. We have since established that EPRA has since recruited 2 additional local oil marketing firms, One Petroleum Limited and Asharami Sanaji Limited, into the lucrative oil program. This brings the overall participants of the program to 5. Under the current arrangement, 3 Kenyan oil marketing companies own cargo upon delivery to Mombasa port by international Gulf-based oil giants Emirates National Oil, Abu Dhabi National Oil and Saudi Aramco. The Kenyan OMCs are Galana Oil, Gulf Energy and Oryx Energy. According to a recent International Monetary Fund brief by mid-November 2023, oil imports under the scheme amounted to about $3.7 billion, which is 592 billion shillings. Letters of credit worth over $784 million were also settled, underlining the lucrative nature of the deal for players in it. A deep dive into the reclusive figures minting the oil billions, we established that the newly recruited One Petroleum is a subsidiary of Mbaraki Bulk Terminal Limited, a multi-petroleum products handling facility at the port of Mombasa. Mombasa-based tycoon Mohammed Jafar and owner of the Grain Bulk Handles Limited partly controls it. Investigations by the Informa Media Group established that Mojaba Mohammed Jafar, Ali Abbas Jafar and Mohammed Hussein Jafar are the listed directors of One Petroleum Limited. Others are Solomon Esebu Manjuma Ondego, Ali Salah Balala and Jonathan James Stokes. Balala serves as its executive director, while Nicholas Kokita is the company's secretary. It is owned by MJ Group, a Mombasa-based bulk cargo handling company, and its main branch is along Dedan Kimathi Road in Mombasa Coastal City. The Jafars are also associated with Africa Gas and Oil Company, One Gas Limited and Grain Bulk Handlers. Africa Gas is partly controlled by the Mombasa billionaire businessman Mohammed Jafar, who is also the owner of Grain Bulk Handlers. The company imports the bulk of the LPG consumed in Kenya and also controls a significant transit market to neighboring countries. The business mogul mid-2021 firmed up his grip on the lucrative cooking gas market after Protogas, his flagship cooking gas brand, got the state's nod to snap up a rival cooking gas, Solutions East Africa, whose LPG products trade bid as Seagas. Asharami Energy is a subsidiary of Sahara Group, a Gulf-based oil multinational whose shareholders have interest in Emirates National Oil, Abu Dhabi National Oil and Saudi Aramco. Official documents show Oryx Energies Limited was registered on March 27, 2003. Hervé Christophe Bouvet and August Dominique Mrema, both foreigners, are listed as directors, while Kenyan Conrad Nyukuri is the company's secretary. The shareholders are listed as Overseas Petroleum Holdings SA, whose head offices are in Geneva, Switzerland, and Johannesburg headquartered Oryx Energies SA. Its listed office is Queensway House on Counter Street in Nairobi. Galana Energies Limited has as directors Shivam Raj Khanna, alternate director to Shital Rasenda Khan, George Ngige Kahira, Mary Waithera Kabiru and Jonathan Kahira Ngige, Isaac Mukuinduru, Joseph Gitaumburu, Shital Rasendra Khanna, and John Morris Ohaga. Its shareholders are London-headquartered Sai Iram Investments Company Limited and Tapiola Limited, a shareholder in oil marketer Galana Oil Kenya Limited. It operates out of Courts House along Counter Street in Nairobi. Asharami Synergy Limited, which indicates its office as being housed at Vision Plaza, Mombasa Road in Nairobi, is owned by Sahara Group, which was founded in 1996 by Adebola Adesanya Ewaola, Tony Kole and Tobe Shunubi in Nigeria. In its company, Ewaola is recorded as the director alongside the Kenyan subsidiary Asharami Energy Kenya Limited. A Kenyan, Mark Samuel Muriithi, is the company's secretary. The firm says it operates out of Vision Plaza along Mombasa Road in Nairobi. In 2021, Debola Adesanya, the firm's country manager, said the company would leverage its affiliation with its parent company to join forces with relevant stakeholders in the energy sector to enhance capacity building, access to clean energy, and sustainable development in Kenya. Sahara Group is a leading energy conglomerate with operations in over 40 countries across Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. Last December, the government said it had paid 240 billion shillings to 3 Gulf oil companies for oil supplied to the country under the April 2023 government-to-government deal, underlining how lucrative the program is for local companies who receive the commodity. Gulf Energy CEO Paul Limo, for instance, also informed Parliament earlier his company paid $686 million to Emirates National Oil Company. Galana Energy CEO Anthony Munyasya, on his part, revealed they had paid $76 million to Aramco, the other firm involved in the deal. Oryx Energies Limited, through CEO Angeline Maangi, told Parliament they had paid $247 million to Aramco. The OMCs who missed out on the Ruto deal have complained about EPRA favoring Galana, Gulf and Oryx, saying the previous open tendering system OTS brought about fairness that the current G2G plan has taken away. Some local firms had earlier also protested against the deal, alleging its terms are opaque and shrouded in mystery. This comes as the International Monetary Fund (IMF) also recently called for a market-led solution in the energy sector, even as it revealed that the National Treasury had signaled the government intends to exit the Ruto oil import arrangement. IMF cited the Treasury acknowledging the distortions the oil dealers created in the foreign exchange market and the accompanying increase in rollover risk of the private sector financing facilities supporting it. In January last year, Energy and Petroleum CS Davis Chirchir published new regulations for petroleum importation under Legal Notice No. 3 of 2023. This effectively repealed the earlier regulations of 2012. The new regulations created a new mode of procurement of oil for Kenya under a government-to-government arrangement. Still, the regulations required the importation of petroleum products be through the open tendering system. And to regularize that, Regulation 4, Sub-Regulation 3 provides that importation of petroleum products through a government-to-government arrangement shall be deemed to have occurred through the open tendering system. Before the new regulations, oil marketing companies would competitively bid for oil importation tenders every month. The winning bidder or bidders were required to procure on behalf of all other marketing companies in the country. On March 1st, 2023, the government-to-government deals were signed. On March 3rd, invitations to tender for the supply of various petroleum products were closed. Successful bidders were to be informed in 2 days, meaning March 5th. Details as to that process are not clear. But on March 16, 2023, the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum Development wrote to 3 local oil marketing companies, informing them that they had been nominated by some 3 international oil companies in Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates to be their local trading counterparts.